Black is indeed beautiful. On this fashion sneak peek, we sneak into a lady whose fierceness, boldness and beauty has brought and commanded attention to the whole world. ALEK WEK.
I'm ALEK WEK, and this is how I made it. Well, I was born and raised in Sudan, in the south.
Welcome to the sneak peek. Every fashion designer knows that the most important thing to do is to have someone who flaunts your piece to the world in the best way possible. This is just an untold rule of fashion. That rule made it possible for ALEK WEK to now grace many famous fashion icons in extraordinary nights of fashion nights. The dark-skinned chocolate cake has graced many fashion icons' work, flaunting them in her flawless body on the runways of New York. She has worked for the many notable fashion houses including Chanel, Marc Jacobs, Gucci, Jean Paul, Michael Kors, John Galliano, Celine Valentino, among many. Yes, this is an extraordinary story, a story you probably did not know it existed until now. From a humble beginning of Sudan, a refugee claims the world with the grace of the body many of us are taught to hate.
It's called ALEK, from Sudanese refugee, because I was a former refugee, to international supermodel.
ALEK WEK was discovered at the age of 19 by a talent scout in London, just as she had fled Sudan from a civil war to seek refuge to a country that, well, had peace.
At age 8 to 9, having to go through the civil war, and we had to flee to the village for 6 months through the bombing and the shootings. It was really quite something, and that's how I ended up in London, and that's where I went to school, and I got discovered to be a model, and the rest is history. I'm here now at Animal Meister.
Now, 19 is an age that we all know nothing big is constant. And so when she was discovered on a Sunday evening, ALEK WEK thought as you're thinking right now. Is it me? Is it true? Are you trying to get to me? And all sorts of self-doubt lingered in her mind just to get through with it. But really, what was there to lose? If they thought I could do the runway and commercials, who am I not to believe? She always wondered, and so she went for it. Now the story has changed. Apart from inspiring young women who grew up in the 90s with her endearing self and walking the runway with the creme de la creme of New York designers and models, she has appeared in advertising campaigns for Marc Jacobs, Clinique, Michael Kors, Jean Paul, among many others. This girl indeed is a goner. ALEK has graced the cover of American, French, German and South African Elle, as well as I&D, Cosmopolitan, Glamour, Forbes Magazine Africa and Ebony. She has also featured in editorials in American and British Vogue. Now that's how you know you're going big. One thing everybody attests to is that she is a very good one to work with, and this attitude and behavior has made her in high demand.
She could be supremely elegant, she could be supremely fierce, and she always did it her way.
Will she stop anytime soon? We sure do not know that, but one thing we're sure of is that she is very inspiring.
ALEK WEK came on the international scene. A celebrated model. She was dark as night. She was on all the runways and in every magazine, and everyone was talking about how beautiful she was. Even Oprah called her beautiful. And that made it a fact.
If ALEK made it with pure dark skin and tall legs and a smile from the universe in the least of circumstance, who are you not to? We have you to let ponder on that. This is the sneak peek sneaking into the runway.